YouTube is Anarchist of Darkness, also known as Kill Color Struck. I felt like talking about wrestling, so I'm going to talk about wrestling. Earlier I got into an argument with a guy over the whole Triple H burying superstars. Now, if you love the WWE, you love wrestling, but you hate the idea of race being brought into things, into this, because it's entertainment or whatever, you need to take your ass somewhere else, because unfortunately, race has a lot to do with a lot of things in this country, and unfortunately, even if it's done for entertainment reasons, it still can affect people different ways. So I don't, I don't want to hear shit. Just go about your business if you don't want to hear it. Anyway, yeah, Booker T, my favorite wrestler, got buried by a lot of people's favorite wrestler, Triple H. I can't stand Triple H, mainly because of the burial of Booker T. Let me explain to you what a burial is. Booker T and Triple H has had maybe 3 matches their entire careers together. Each one of those matches, Triple H has won. Maybe in the tag team matches, Booker T might have won when he was partnered up with Goldust or something like that. He might have won against Evolution a few times with that, but Booker T has never beaten Triple H one-on-one, being a 5-time WCW champion, a 6-time world champion. He has never beaten Triple H. Kind of like how Austin and The Rock went back and forth. Triple H could have chosen to go back and forth with Booker T, and it really would have been a really good a feud. They could have taken it somewhere, but it didn't. I thought that's where it was taken when Triple H went racial, but unfortunately, that's not where it was going. Booker T lost, even with that build-up, with him discrediting Booker T's 5 championships, with him discrediting Booker T as a wrestler and a competitor, saying that Booker T, people like Booker T, basically Triple H was being racist as a work in order to make the beef interesting, which is sad. Okay, so I understand that being that whole situation happening, but Booker T never won. That's how you bury somebody. That's how you bury a wrestler. Now, for example, if James Bryant had lost at WrestleMania and just never returned back to the spot he was in, that's a burial. That's basically what happened to Booker T. Because Booker T was really over with the fans. He was a really good face, and then Triple H happened, and then right after that, Triple H or Booker T and the Dudley Boys got traded over to SmackDown, because it's during a brand extension. Got traded over to SmackDown for Triple H. That's 3 wrestlers for one. It's Booker T, the Dudley Boys, for Triple H. What do you think that says about? What do you think the WWE was saying about Booker T? Exactly, they didn't give a fuck about him. Booker T, like I said, Booker T and Triple H has had many beefs, and Booker T has never gone over on Triple H. That's a burial. Fans don't want to see the face keep losing, and that's what kept happening to Booker T. Booker T has never gone over on any of the main WWE talent ever. Other than Chris Benoit. He went over on Chris Benoit when they were both fighting for the U.S. Championship a few times. But that is it. Booker T has never gone over on anybody. Even The Rock. He didn't really go over on The Rock. He beat The Rock once in a over-the-top rope situation. It was something retarded. He beat The Rock once with an over-the-top rope thing. The Rock left the ring and came in, tried to throw Booker T out. Booker T threw him out, and he won the right for a championship match, and that kicked something else off. And then Booker T, it was something. And then later, King Booker happened, and then the King of Kings came back, and then they had their match, and then Booker T lost again. That is a burial. You can't tell me Booker T buried himself. The guy also told me that Booker T somehow, that Booker T was he was repetitive, and he was he was repetitive and predictable. Okay, every wrestler, even John Cena, I think every wrestler is predictable. If you're over the age of 15, you realize what's going to happen, okay, while you're watching a match, okay? You know what's coming. Because why? Because every wrestler has a list of signature moves that they use. Booker T, unfortunately, he didn't use a whole lot of slams. He used a whole lot of kicks. He used a spine buster. Honestly, I think he was a whole lot before his time. Definitely during time when you have Alberto Del Rio and CM Punk finishing people with just a simple kick. And Booker T is a very kicky person, which makes no sense now. Now that okay, Booker T can't beat you with his axe kick, but CM Punk or whatchamacallit can beat you with a kick to the face. It's the same fucking thing as shit. Being kicked to the back of the head is a lot worse than being kicked in the front of the head. Trust me. Anyway, I don't want to argue about the semantics of it. Look, yes, the WWE is racist, and I've realized that. It's not only the black Booker T is black, and he's like undoubtedly black and unforgivably black. It's that he was also a WCW talent, so they had to bury WCW. It's like the NFL burying the AFL. You know what I mean? Because NFL and the AFL were two different things at one point, and then they were competing, and then they merged or whatever. But the NFL wouldn't do that because AFL was a whole lot less racist than the NFL was. That's why I'm a Raiders fan. That's what I just wanted to explain. Okay, every wrestler is predictable, and like every wrestler has a set of moves. They all have over like 5 moves, and that's about it. Okay, especially in the WWE's format. Unless you go to the Indies, every wrestler has like 30 moves that they use, and matches are like 15 minutes long. Okay, and the WWE format is a lot different, so you can only work a certain amount of things in a match. So you're only going to get 5 moves. That's why John Cena was just so boring, because the 5 moves he used aren't that great. I'm really in a rut because I'm tired of the WWE. Now, right now, I'm a Big E Langston fan. I love Bray Wyatt, and I love Big E Langston. I love Big E Langston because I felt like if you go to his Instagram, he's a really funny guy. He's a really good character. But the WWE don't allow him to be him. You turn on... Back in the day, when you were an Intercontinental Champion, you get mic time. You get time to do things other than just great matches. You were also wrestling for a title, and you were also in a beef. But Big E Langston has yet to be in a actual beef where the focus was on him. Every time it's like I think he was in the beef with Axel, and then that was it. He beat Axel, and that was it. He won. That was that. And then after that, it was just like he dropped off the face of the planet. People are saying that he's boring. He's not boring. The problem is that they don't know much about his character, and he uses the same moves over and over again. He's getting into the rhythm and to the style in the WWE format, so he gets shit for it. Now, you got guys coming out in stables like Bray Wyatt, who gets a whole shitload of promo, versus Big E Langston. Then, what I'm saying, who are the fans going to like? Because they see Bray more, and they hear from Bray more, and they see who Bray is. That's why I say the WWE, it's the same thing with Kofi Kingston. It's like the WWE sees black talent, they sign black talent, and then they turn them to jobbers. Now, the only person I won't argue for right now is Titus, because Titus has been around for a while, and Titus has not really made that much of an improvement. You can tell he botches a whole fucking lot. Instead of doing what he's supposed to do, he fucks up a whole lot. So I don't really argue too much about Titus. I feel like Titus could get better, but he's going to take too long, and he's not going to get anywhere with it. He's never going to be a champion, and he's just going to be a jobber for the rest of his career in the WWE. But as far as just wrestling in general, just with anybody. Like anybody black in WWE, they get shit. Like I was saying before, the WWE did not package black wrestlers correctly. Okay, they don't allow them to be themselves. Like John Cena appropriated black culture, and he was allowed to use it, and it worked. That's the thugonomics thing. Okay, like if he were black, that wouldn't have worked out for him. The WWE was like, no, we're not going to have that. You know, we're going to package you with crime time. You know what I'm saying? Crime time. You know what I'm saying? It's either the black wrestlers get stereotypical things, i.e. the Funkadactyls and R-Truth dancing, or they get the typical big black guy, generic stereotype, generic black guy, big like Ahmed Johnson. Well, that's pretty much all they get. They don't get packaged like the Shield or the Wyatts do. You know what I'm saying? I've been saying for a long time that the WWE needs to like have another nation rise, like a nation of domination. They should actually fucking dominate and not be like they were in the back in the day. We're just beefing little bit with like DX or whatever. But I needed to do this video. I wanted to talk about some WWE. I hate people because people refuse, mainly white people, these rednecks, refuse to look at the other side of the story. They only want to look at what they see, and what they see is boring black people in the ring, not, you know, guys who are not being pushed. Because ultimately, the WWE decides who you're going to like, no matter what you do. Okay, Daniel Bryan is probably the first wrestler in a very long time where the fans were like, we like him. And we want him. Very long time. Very, very long time. Okay? Other than that, every wrestler has been picked since, like, after The Rock. But anyway, I just wanted to say this. If you don't know much about the wrestling business, then you probably shouldn't talk to me or comment on this video. Alright, I'm getting out of here.